Fire crews are struggling to contend with electric vehicle fires. Sounds like straight up clickbait, I wish it was, but a combination of job cuts, lack of proper research, and lack of specialised training means that fire crews are struggling to contend with the waves of EV fires. Let's get into it. Welcome back to another realistic EV video. If you enjoy this type of content, please do consider subscribing, putting a like on this video, and also share your own thoughts in the comments section below. So it was announced over the weekend that Terry Maher, a station manager, has been appointed as the lead officer on tackling lithium-ion battery fires as crews all over the UK brace for an increase in EV fires. Now, to quote Terry here, electric vehicle fires pose a challenge quite unlike a conventionally fueled vehicle fire. The batteries are often hard to reach, and EV fires can create directional jet flames and vapour cloud explosions. EV fires also create a variety of toxic chemicals both in the air and water runoff if firefighters opt to use hoses to keep the flames in check. Our preferred approach is to let them burn themselves out. Now, that's not news, I've read that before, but still it strikes me every time that the best approach is just to leave it to burn. Now, let's read on. Not all recovery companies will take damaged cars away either, because they're concerned about handling a burnt EV or because they do not have the right recovery vehicles. EVs cannot be towed because the turning of the back wheels generates power. And who can blame them, really? Look at the Rockford salvage fire in the last month, which managed to take out 8 additional cars. Let me ask you this, if you ran a salvage yard, would you accept EVs into it? I'm not sure I would. Anyway, back to the article here. So electric cars are known to reignite up to 2 or 3 weeks after the initial fire. Again, another stat that I already knew, but it's still striking, says Mr. Maher, meaning they have to be quarantined away from other vehicles even if the fire appears to have been put out. And space is expensive in these breakers' yards. Real estate is expensive, so bringing these cars in and having to give them their own quarantine space so they don't set anything else on fire is expensive. It's another consideration. Now, this next line, I find this truly hard to believe. When it was asked of every fire service in the UK how many EV fires they had dealt with in the past 3 years, none could provide a reliable answer because they do not distinguish them from other types of vehicle fire. So let's just get this straight. It's suggested here that EV fires are not distinguished from petrol or diesel fires in any way by the fire crew's own records. The one thing that you would think would give a realistic count. Now, these fires are completely different. The toxins within them, the complexity of the fire, the way in which they're extinguished, and also the duration of them. Now, I appreciate having a stat on this would not necessarily help to sell EVs, but it does just go to show how underestimated and how unaccounted for EV fires are. To further make that point, get a load of this. Some fire services, such as those in Norfolk, Essex, Surrey, Derbyshire and Kent, ran text searches for any reference to the word electric in their vehicle fire records. The results of those text searches showed that there were 59 electric vehicle fires referenced in 2022 to 2023 across England, up from about 30 of the previous year. The true figure, says Mr. Maher, is likely to be about double that. Now, my point here is without properly accounting for the number and severity of EV fires, it's little wonder that insufficient resources are being provided to tackle them. And that is backed up by what Ricardo Latorre speaks about, the national officer at the Fire Brigade Union. Let's get into his statement here. So, tackling these intense fires is a complex and difficult operation for firefighters. Each of these incidents requires a significant amount of time and resource, but with close to 12,000 firefighter job cuts since 2010, our service is already seriously overstretched. We urgently need the government to invest into our fire service so that firefighters have the resources they need to tackle new hazards such as EV fires. We need research into battery storage and fires. We need specialised training, and we need the equipment to tackle them. Battery manufacturing, usage and storage must also be properly regulated to keep our communities and firefighters safe. Well said. I don't think anyone can argue with that. There simply isn't enough being done to combat EV fires. The big question is it maybe because it's been understated to suit other agendas, or is it just simply a case of a stretched budget? Please do let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And remember, if you are in the market to buy a new car, EV or not, check out vehiclescore.co.uk. This is a free tool that allows you to see the good and bad points about any car that you're buying. Check it out, and if you do want to purchase a paid HPI report, which I really recommend you do, I'm going to put a 15% discount voucher on screen now. Use that, make sure you get yourself a good car. Now thank you for watching, please do hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you for the next one.